Okay. Okay. So, I wanted to go over a few things like on the business side of things since you guys have been focusing and the other girls have been focusing a lot more on like your journey and sharing on social media here and there. So I feel like the last time we talked that was our focus was to like get into the rhythm of focusing on you. So now since we're starting the workshop group tomorrow, I want to talk a little bit about that and then I want to talk about some other things like business wise and then you guys can ask questions if you have questions. So with the workshop group, it's going to be 2 weeks and that's going to be your focus. So kind of like how last week or last time we talked, your focus was the tracker group or the challenge group that we were in. And that can still post in there, obviously, but this group now is going to be your focus group. So don't worry about the team pages or anything like that. Just focus on this workshop group. The first week is all going to be basically like the tracker broken down. So every day there's going to be a different task. And I will like explain it in there too. And then if you guys have questions, you can always post like in the picture of the task or like the post or whatever, and I will jump in there too. But every day will just be a different task, like following new people or reaching out to new people or reconnecting with people, um, inviting people to join you, following up. Like those are going to be the things we're going to break down and do one each day. And then the second week is going to be basically putting the tracker together. So I probably will have you, well, I will have you guys like print out the tracker so you have it to look at, and we will be focusing on that the second week. So that way you kind of like are building up to it. So by the second week of doing all of it, you'll be like, okay, I've done I've done this already. So I know what each task is. When you guys do look at the tracker, you guys are already doing half of it. You're already doing like being proof the products work. You're already working out and drinking your supplements. And hopefully you've started to like, um, add in personal development, and whether it's podcasts or books or something like that. And if you haven't, in the file section, there is like a Google Doc, um, of different podcasts you guys can start listening to. I feel like, especially with everybody's kids being home now, sitting down and reading a book might be a little bit challenging. So listening to podcasts while you're doing stuff, I know that's what I do, like when I'm folding clothes or when I'm if when it's not when Grayson's home, but when it's just me and Parker, I'll have my phone going and listening to a podcast because she doesn't really care. I mean, as long as I'm like smiling and talking to her, she's she's pretty content. She doesn't talk back too much. Um, she is chatty though. I mean, but she doesn't talk back at least. So I listen to podcasts a lot, which helps a ton. So that's gonna be that with. I did suggest The Slight Edge for a book too, if you guys want to read a book. It's a really good book on The Slight Edge or The Compound Effect. Both kind of are like the same, talking about doing small tasks over time and how they compound. So one of those books would be really good if you're looking for a book to read. And then the rest of the stuff on the tracker is stuff we will go over the next 2 weeks. So did anyone have any questions about like the group? And every day too, I'll have like a morning post, like share your social media posts, whether it's like you made an actual post on your social media, or maybe you share like I went and talked on my stories about X, Y, and Z. So every day we will share like what you talked about, like, or posted about for your social media posts. And then I will have a post that basically is like what the task of the day is. And then the second week, it will just be your social media post. And in the evening, it will be post a picture of your tracker. So that's kind of like what the post will be every day. And then when you guys have questions, like this is going to be where you're going to want to ask your questions. So feel free to ask questions like, I don't understand this, or like, how can I send a message? Like, what should I say? Kisses are the best. Even if it's like a full mouth kiss. And like any questions you guys have over the next 2 weeks, this is going to be where you want to like post in that group. Because more than likely, if one of you guys have a question, somebody else has that same question. So it's really good to like post and be like, I don't understand this, or anything like that. And no question is a dumb question. Like I want to make sure you guys feel comfortable like asking any question under the moon, even if it's like, I don't know how to talk to people. like, how can I talk to people? You know, like we can work through that. So just know that like no question is a dumb question. And I'd rather have you ask a bajillion questions and like not ask any questions and then like fall off because you have like, you just were like paralyzed with like, I don't know what to do. Um, so that's kind of the workshop group. Any questions about the workshop group? No, pretty,
No.
it should be hopefully pretty self-explanatory, especially once we like get rolling in it. So then the other stuff I wanted to talk about was your first rank is going to be emerald that you want to work towards. And this is for you guys who want to work towards like building an income, even if it's like you want to bring in a side income or like quit a part-time job or be able to, you know, supplement your current income with X amount. Your first rank that you want to hit is emerald rank, and that's basically 2 people under you who are active. So basically, like if you look at us 3, I would be like an emerald coach. If both you 2 are coaches and you're both active, that's an emerald coach. So this could be somebody who's like, I just want to be a coach for the discount. It could be a spouse. It could be a mom. Like when I got started, it was Nick, and Nick was not he was not my spouse at the time. I'm surprised he even like let me do it. Surprisingly. And then it was my mom because she was like hooked on Shakeology. So she did Shakeology and she just became a discount coach. So it could be that. It could be somebody who is like, I love health and fitness. I want to link arms and do this business with you. It could be somebody who actually wants to work the business, or it could be somebody who wants to just do it for the discount and they love Shakeology, or they want, you know, like a discount on X, Y, and Z. It could be somebody like that. So it doesn't matter like what their goal is with the business, as long as they join as a coach and they're active, that counts for your 2 emerald, like your 2 coaches for your emerald. And emerald is super important if you want to start building an income with the business, because that's when you start hitting or you start earning your residual income in your team cycle bonus. So basically, like in this, there is training that probably is going to explain it way better in the back office that I'll show you too. But basically, like when you guys signed up, where I placed you in like my genealogy, I've been placing coaches underneath you, and like in a year I will be placing more, you know, like over the next year I'll be placing more coaches underneath your one leg and grow that leg. So basically, like you guys, to earn the team cycle bonus, you're going to want to be adding coaches here to your business and earning that volume, which is the team cycle bonus. So I'm not going to get like into all of that until you guys kind of like maybe go through the training or go through like the tracker group, and then we can have another call and be like, okay, what is volume? What is your left leg and your right leg? And kind of like go into that a little bit more. But the cool thing about adding people to your team is like you're not just helping them with the health and fitness side of things, but you're also helping them start a business, which I feel like right now with like all this crazy stuff going on, like there's so many people who are like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing for work. Like I have to be home with my kids because there's no daycare, there's no school. Like, you know, like I'm giving up my job, I'm giving up my income to be home with my kids because I don't know what to do with my kids. Like it's crazy. Like I feel like this world we're in right now is just like so crazy with all this like commotion going on and people just not wanting to leave their house. So if you can share, you know, like how you started, why you're doing this business, or how you're even grateful for like having workouts to do at home. Like I think about all the people who aren't going to the gym now because there's so many germs, I'm sure, at the gym. So it's like even that, like I posted a post tonight that you guys can even like copy and paste and share on your page, and just how like I was offering free workouts. And I'm basically going to send them like the doc I posted in Freedom Tribe, which is just like a Google Doc of like what the workout was and an explanation of what the workout was, and then a link for the sample workout. Like that's all I'm going to send people so that they can like start doing something at home. And you know, like if it leads to them like wanting to buy something, great. If it doesn't, at least I was able to help them stay active through this time of being home, right? So I think a lot of people are probably going crazy with like, my kids are going to be home, what are we going to do with them, you know, like it's another way to like, okay, you can work out, your kids can work out with you, or like, I don't know, stay active. We don't want to just like sit in front of the TV for the next like 8 weeks or however. Like some people are off until like April, you know, like the beginning and end of April. It's crazy. Um so that was a long tangent on Emerald. But so Emerald is like your first rank that you're going to want to start working towards. And then the
How do
other
people
thing,
sign up?
how do people sign up?
Yeah.
Do you remember how you signed up?
Just like through you and through your link, and then I
Yep.
just need to create that and send that.
Yep. And you don't even have, well, because I sent you a share cart. So there's two different ways. You can do like a share cart, I think how I sent you. And I can share with you guys like how to do this. It's super simple, but also like when you guys get to the point where you're like, okay, I have somebody who wants a challenge pack and they want to join as a coach. How do I get them signed up? You can post in the workshop group or you can post in Freedom Tribe too. And that way people can like help you through that. But I'll share with you guys just like, I was going to do this anyways, the back end. What? Allow. Oh, hold on a second. I need to apparently allow my computer to share. That's silly. What? System preferences. How do you do this? Open system preferences. Go to stories. Okay, hold on one second, you guys. This is annoying. Zoom.
Restart.
Not do it well. Oh, here we go. Okay, that was weird. So when you go to like your coach online office, have you guys checked that out at all yet? I think when you should have gotten an email from Beachbody that was like your getting started right training. It's basically if you go to coach.teambeachbody.com, that will have you sign in, and then this is kind of like what your back office looks like. So this is where Beachbody is going to like house everything. Like when you get a new client or customer, it's going to go in here. When you get a new coach, it's going to go in here. Each week you get paid, it will go in here and show you like how much you get paid for the next week. Updates are in here. So like coach breaking news, all that stuff is in here. These are all like your alerts and your notifications when you have new orders, like all that kind of stuff. This is basically like your office for your business. So when you have somebody that's going to sign up, you can do something where you come into the grow business and just go to share a cart. And that will, I think it's going to have me sign in again, but that will basically let you create like the cart and then you can send them the direct link. I think that's what I did for you, Kels.
Okay.
And you just like, yeah, new enrollment, you can put in their stuff. So you need their email and their full name, what they're going to be. And then it will let you like choose a challenge pack or supplements, like all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be stuff that you're going to want to ask, like, okay, what kind of shake do you want? Shakeology or performance line? And that kind of stuff. You can also, there's also an app, like if you don't want to do this, there's also an app if you have somebody signing up just to be a customer called BB Links. And you basically can put in your coach ID number and it will give you a direct link to each challenge pack or each product. So you could do it that way too if they're not going to join as a coach. So it just kind of depends on personal preference what you want to do. But that's the share a cart part of it. I was also going to share in here trainings that you guys can get started on, whether you want to do it this week or wait until after this week. Is this getting started right? So if you go to trainings and then getting started, there's like 5 different trainings back here that you guys can go into, and it's basically you know, kind of like the overview of the office, setting up your business, the basics that you're gonna want to know for your business. So that's kind of where you can start for trainings. And I know something I wanted to talk about too is not getting stuck in like watching all the trainings and trying to like absorb everything before you take action. So that's why we're doing this workshop. Like the workshop is really going to be geared on and focused on taking action. And then you guys listen to the podcast. Like if I'm not going to share trainings because I feel like there's a bajillion and 5 trainings out there. So that's not going to be necessarily our focus. So if you guys have questions on like how do I do this? Or how do I do that? I can find a training for that and share that. Or you can Google it or YouTube it. You know, like, how do you do this? Like, as a Beachbody coach, YouTube's going to come up with a bajillion things for that. So if you have questions about certain things like that, you can search. But I'm not going to like bombard this group with trainings because there's too much out there. I really want to like have you guys focus on taking action through the next 2 weeks. So there's that. Success Club is the next thing that we recognize every single month, and that is helping 3 or more people get signed up with a challenge pack. You get 2 points for that. So I think one of the trainings you listen to in the Getting Started training is about Success Club. And basically it's just another like not rank, but like a recognition system. So helping 3 people basically means you're helping them get started with their journey, and it's also moving your business forward. So that's something that we work towards too. And then the other thing with Success Club is success starters. So as a new coach, this month, March, is your guys' will be your first full month, I believe, because I think you guys all kind of started. Yeah. So as a new coach, if you earn, or when you earn Success Club 5 for 3 months out of the first 6 months, you earn your free summit ticket for Summit. So for you guys, it would probably be for Summit next year, because 6 months from now is what, like October, August? I don't know. Wherever 6 months is from now, it'll be past Summit time. So you guys would earn your Summit ticket for next year, which is really cool to start thinking about. Like, okay, if you help 3 people get started every single month, that can earn your Summit ticket for next year. So that's something to work towards. And then let's see, what else did I have written down here? All the kids have to say hi. Oh, he has super brown hair. Did your other one have blonde hair? That's funny. Super blonde and super brown. Don't get caught up with the resources. The only other thing I wanted to say is, when it comes to inviting, we won't invite until like Thursday or Wednesday, like actually inviting people to join you. But I have found over the last like 9 years, the easiest way is just like asking people, like, hey, I started working out at home, and with all this craziness going on, I thought I would invite you to like do the same workouts or help keep me accountable and work out from home. Or I know you really love health and fitness, so I thought of you. I started this like online health and fitness business, and I'd love to work with you, or I'd love to like partner with you and run a business with you. And just like asking them, instead of like trying to come up with like a huge presentation and like resources to send people before they even say anything. Like, if you just ask, like, hey, I was thinking about you because I started this fitness business and I think it would be right up your alley. Can I send you info? Or, like, that's so simple and like straight to the point that the people in your warm market they're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. And if they say no, that's okay. They're probably going to watch you, and then they're going to be like, okay, I need to start working out from home now because I'm quarantined to my house for the next 2 months. Like, what are you doing? So that's the important part about like sharing your journey while you're going through this. And I think right now is like an awesome time to start, because you don't just have to talk about health and fitness. Like, you guys can be talking about, what are you doing to keep your kids occupied all day long instead of TV? Like, sharing activities you're doing, sharing, like that you're getting outside and how important it is for them to stay active instead of like watching TV all day. Or like, what are you doing to stay healthy? What are you doing to keep your kids healthy? What are you using for cleaning products to keep your house clean? Like, there's so much, I feel like, right now with this crisis that's going on, that like we can share other things besides just like, got my workout in, drinking my shake, like that kind of stuff you can share in your stories versus like posting. But your valuable content to post is going to be stuff that people can use right now when they're in this frantic, like, I need to get healthy, I need to stay healthy, I need to keep things clean, I need to keep my kids occupied, I need to do something to keep my sanity. Like, all those things I feel like moms are like freaking out about right now. And those are things that you guys are going through, we're going through, and we can just share it. Like, here's what we're doing, here's what I'm doing right now to keep Grayson occupied. This is what we've been doing, and sharing that, and that adds value to people. So I don't know if that makes sense, but we can kind of use this time to be that light in this craziness instead of adding to the drama and having more people get like more anxious and fearful of what could happen. And we can be that light and be like, hey, here's what I'm doing to like stay calm, or like deal with my anxiety instead of like having it go through the roof because I have no idea what's going to happen, or like I'm diving into my faith more, and here's what my Bible reading was from the day, and here's how like my take on it. There's so much we can like take away from this time right now with what's going on with social media, and being the positive light on social media instead of the drama being added to it, if that makes sense. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. It's kind of a lot and I kind of went fast, but I wanted to respect your guys' time. And I know it's 9 o'clock at our over in Central Time, and it's like almost past my bedtime. But do you guys have any questions about anything?
No, it's good. I really appreciate these checkups though.
Good.
This
And yeah, if you guys ever feel like you need more of anything, let me know. Like if you feel like, oh, can we check in more? We can always do one-on-one calls. We can always do texting is always, I'm there too. It just depends on like what's easier for you guys. So I will run if you guys are running, or I'll walk if you guys are walking. Like however much you guys are putting in, I will meet you and do the same. So I appreciate you guys for getting on, because I know it's a Sunday night, but there's a lot to just put into a video and throw out there. So
yeah.
if you guys have any questions tomorrow, once we get started, to post in the group, because I'm sure the other girls might have questions too, but you guys hopefully will be able to like, oh, we talked about this on the call, kind of like fill them in. But I will share this in there.
But tell me, what starts tomorrow again? Is this when we start our journals that we just got in the mail?
Yeah, you can start those, like the planner or the journal.
Yeah.
The planner.
The binder, not.
Yep. Yeah, if you guys wanted to, here, I can take one of those out too, and we can kind of look at that. Oh, where do I have any? Yeah, because those journals that I sent, or those like planners that I sent you guys.
Yeah, love it, by the way.
Do I not have any more? This is a sad day. Those are things, yeah, you guys can start going through those, because it's a lot of different stuff on just like creating your why, goal setting, priorities, diving into like there's like different checklists in there, creating who like your avatar is, like who would you love to be working with. More than likely it's going to be who you were like before you guys signed up as a coach, or even sometimes it's like who you were yesterday. Like you guys are smarter today than you were yesterday. Like more today than you knew yesterday. So I think sometimes we forget that. So there's that in there. What else is in there? And then at the end there is like trackers and stuff. If you wanted to start going through that, you can, but we'll use this one. This tracker isn't in there. I believe it's in it's in the file section in the workshop group. So we'll actually use this one, but you guys can start going through that and just like filling out the different stuff if you want to. I know I love filling out planners or like journals and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm kind of a geek when it comes to that. And I'm like, ooh, journals. I just love it. So you can totally, and share if you guys are like going through something and you like filled out something, you're like, oh my gosh, this is like super helpful to write this out or go through this page. Share it in our workshop group, because that way the other girls will be like, oh, I want to go through that too. Sometimes I think people don't know it can be helpful until somebody else is like, this was really helpful to go through. So anything else? I feel like that was a lot to go through, but I think everything will start clicking like the more we get into things too. So anything else? No? Okay. I'm going to do a picture so then we can share it. You guys can share it on your Instagrams too, or Facebook, or wherever you want to. I should stop recording too. Okay. Stop recording. How do you stop recording?